Thomas and the Swan. Thomas and Gordon were at the big station, where Gordon had just backed down to take the express. "Hello, Gordon," said a voice. "Remember us?" Gordon was late and not in the mood for guessing games, but he thought he recognized the voice. "Pip?" he ventured carefully. "Or is it Emma?" "It's me," Philippa laughed. "Well done. Emma is at the back today." "Why are you here?" asked Thomas. The question was answered at once as the Fat Controller arrived. "Philippa and Emma," the Fat Controller began importantly, "could be very helpful to my railway." "Yes, sir," agreed Gordon, though he wasn't sure why. "Too much time," the Fat Controller went on, "is wasted by changing the engine of the express at the other railway. Our timetable is too slow." Suddenly, Gordon realized what the Fat Controller meant. "And if Pip and Emma were the express instead of me pulling it, there wouldn't be a changeover." "Exactly," agreed the Fat Controller. "Well done, Gordon." After that, the Fat Controller often saw Pip and Emma at the big station. "You're doing well," he would say kindly. "I'm very pleased. My plan is working." One day Thomas was at the junction when, with a cheerful "Good morning," Pip and Emma hurried by. Moments later, with a rattle and a roar, they were gone. "They're a great success," remarked Thomas's driver. "And Gordon loves it. He says he can now do 2 trips a day instead of 1. A little later, Thomas set off along the branch line, with Annie and Clarabelle following cheerfully behind. Today there was an inspector on Thomas's footplate, so the small space was quite crowded. The inspector was assessing Thomas's fireman for possible promotion. They stopped at the station by the river for Thomas to take on water. While they waited, Thomas saw something white on the rails in front. "What's that?" he asked. "Just an old newspaper, I expect," said his driver. "Come on." Just then, Thomas saw a white neck uncurl and a yellow beak appear. "Stop!" he called. "It's not a newspaper." Quickly the driver braked, and the inspector got down. He went to look and then returned to the cab. "It's a swan," the inspector told Thomas's driver. "It must have flown into the parapet of the bridge by mistake. Can you come and help, please?" Thomas watched anxiously as the 2 men lifted the bird. It tried to flap its wings, but only one moved. Very carefully, the inspector and the driver carried the injured swan past Thomas. They placed it gently in a corner of the cab, and the inspector covered it with his coat. "Off we go, Thomas," said his driver. "Be as gentle as you can." The firemen had told the signalman at the river station what had happened, so they had a clear run to the top station. When they got there, the inspector took the swan in his car to a nearby vet. The vet reset the broken wing and kept the bird in his surgery garden until it was strong enough to fly. Then he went with Thomas to the river to let the swan go free. Word of Thomas's rescue spread fast, and soon all the engines had heard about it. Pip and Emma congratulated him when they saw him at the big station, and so did the Fat Controller. Gordon, too, was very proud. "Just think," said Pip. "If it had been us as the express, we wouldn't have been able to stop." "And now we can add injured birds to our list of passengers," said Thomas proudly.